Yo, 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 it's Jabbar with another video. What if you could get stronger, lift heavier, and gain muscle faster just by making a few tweaks to your routine? I'm going to go over some proven techniques that will help you do that. Let's get into the video. Number one, use bilateral and unilateral exercises. For the upper body, you could do barbell and dumbbell exercises. If you use a barbell, it will provide certain strength benefits, allowing you to lift more. So on a barbell, you'll have both of your hands on the bar, allowing you to lift a greater weight load than if you had a dumbbell. While when you use a dumbbell, you can actually help fix muscle imbalances because each side of your body has to work on its own. Number two, overall mass. One of the straightforward ways to build muscle and get stronger is by increasing your body weight, preferably in the form of muscle. So the more mass someone has, the more force somebody has, and the stronger they can be. Strength and body mass has a close relationship. This logically makes sense because the more someone weighs, the more force they have and the stronger they are. So this means if you want to gain strength, you have to gain muscle and body weight. So it means you have to be in a calorie surplus, train more, consume enough protein, and get more sleep. Speaking of going into a calorie surplus, you need to eat more, which is our third thing. Eating food and being in a calorie surplus will give you more energy for your workouts. So if you don't eat and you try to go to the gym, you'll see that you feel weaker. So try this if you don't believe me. Fast for a few days and then go to the gym with an empty stomach and tell me what happened in the comments below. Number four, and that is focus on external cueing. In resistance training, there are mainly two forms of cueings. First, there is internal cueing, which would be like focusing on contracting the muscle. So for example, contracting your chest on the bench press. And then an external cueing would be focusing on pushing the bar up explosively when you're bench pressing. Using chains and resistant bands will help you get stronger because on the bottom portion of an exercise, you'll have to explode on the way out because you're dealing with more weight instead of just using your body weight in the exercise. So for example, you could do push-ups, but instead of just doing regular push-ups, you could add some resistant bands to make it harder for you to do, especially if you're advanced, to implement progressive overload instead of just getting some weight and putting it on your back. You could just use resistant bands. And then, for example, if you're doing some tricep dips, you can use a chain instead of just using your body weight to add more weight to the exercise so you can gain more muscle. Number six, eccentric overloading. Eccentric overloading is making the eccentric part of an exercise, which is the muscle lengthening part, harder than the concentric part, which is the shortening part of the muscle. And using eccentric overloading will help with muscle gains, but I recommend you use these at the end of your workout. And the reason eccentric overloading helps with muscle gains is because your body and your muscles can produce more force on the eccentric part of an exercise. And don't do it too much in your workouts because you could possibly injure yourself. Another thing that you can do to get stronger is by training more. And this is great for advanced and intermediate lifters. You should train at least twice a week for optimal muscle growth. If you're a beginner, you really don't have to worry about it. You could only train at least once a week because you will experience something called newbie gains. And that only happens when you're in the beginning stage of your fitness journey. And you'll know it when you are out of this stage, when you cannot increase the resistance that you're using over time. So in order to do progressive overload after that, you could just add more sets and reps instead of adding more weight. Last but not least, this is something you should do the day you begin your fitness journey, and that is optimize your training technique. Training technique is important because if you train with good form, you will prevent yourself from injury and you can help you get stronger because you'll actually be targeting the correct muscle group. So if you're not doing proper form, so for example, if you're doing dumbbell RDLs incorrect, you'll be targeting more of your lower back instead of your hamstrings and your glutes. Optimizing training technique will also help you when you get to anti-exercises like the dumbbell RDL, wide dumbbell curls, and etc. So when you begin, you should start focusing on bodyweight exercises to build a foundation of your physique and so you can know good form. And if you think that you have good form and technique, well, there's probably some small improvements you can make over the long run. And this could help increase strength and how much weight you can lift. So make sure you're performing your make sure you're performing your exercises correctly to get maximum benefits. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful and you want more fitness content just like this, start now by subscribing and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Peace.